state CID. All right. Good afternoon, good evening, good night to some of you. According to your location on the face of this planet Earth, we welcome you all to our today's live broadcast right here from our homeland radio Biafra, here in Biafra land, where I am broadcasting from. I remain the fearless IPB evangelist Mazi Maduabuchi. I am from Nnamdi. Nnamdi is in Nnamdi. Nnamdi is a local government in Ojiriba province, Biafra land. I am a homeland broadcaster under IPOB. Adi Amakwama. Nnamdi Kanu is our leader, in case you don't know. Nnamdi Kanu have no replacement. There is no changes. He remains our leader. And will continue to push for his release by marking away all the instruments of the Nigerian government, whether they are using our elder brother or they are using our younger brother, whether they are using a lawyer, whoever they want to use, we must confront them because Nnamdi Kanu is divine to us and IPOB is also divine. These very two areas I hit now is very important to be protected. Don't be emotional. Don't follow people that want to destroy your house, to destroy it with the language that they want to repair it. No. You must have to be careful knowing that they are to destroy it and tell you another story. That is why you must guide the house where Nnamdi Kanu will stay when he is out. The house is IPOB. Nnamdi Kanu himself must be protected. His life also, it doesn't matter who is to be used by the government, he must be protected because that is the nightmare of the government. The intention was to kill him in Kenya and will continue to do so irrespective of whoever our action will affect. All we care is to protect him. But there is nothing that will lead us to the killings of our people. Anybody that tell you he will kill a Biafran to protect Nnamdi Kanu is a thief, is a criminal. Anybody linking killings of our people by criminal elements to IPOB, whether a lawyer or anybody, just like Ejimako did, is a criminal. Because if you are not involved in crime, you cannot try to cover up your crime by tagging it to an innocent people. So because Ejimako have been benefiting from the crimes that Simon Eba and his gang have been committing, that's why he tried to bring it on an innocent people like IPOB, people like us here in Biafra land. He said that is no different. That is why you must be careful. It doesn't matter who is closer there. Be watchful of all of them. You must have to be watchful. You must have. Somebody that says a lawyer to IPOB cannot differentiate IPOB, the peaceful IPOB, under self-determination. If Ejimako can link IPOB to criminality, then what is he defending? What is he defending? He's not defending it because the legal team of Nnamdi Kanu are only defending self-determination, which they monitor the IPOB, know that IPOB is maintaining it because Nnamdi Kanu maintains self-determination before he's kidnapped from Kenya. And the lawyers of Nnamdi Kanu, since they have been defending Nnamdi Kanu in the courts, they have been monitoring IPOB. IPOB keep maintaining the same self-determination that they are defending Nnamdi Kanu on. How can somebody that says Ejimako, a lawyer, link IPOB to people? Does it mean that every Biafran are being led by Nnamdi Kanu? As I always say, because I know what they are doing. That's why you hear me always mention it. I tell our people that Nnamdi Kanu leads IPOB. Though everybody born in Biafra land, from Biafra land is IPOB by birth. But there is IPOB Nnamdi Kanu leads. And then that IPOB we sack. We suspend. We don't sack market leaders. We don't sack political leaders. We sack IPOB family members. We suspend IPOB family members. Though Bevuma is a Biafran, we don't sack him. That is to say, there is membership to IPOB. We must be under oath. You belong to unit or zone. It is must. The same thing with ESN. You belong to unit or zone. there must be before you go to ESN. That is why people does not understand what we are doing. That's why I said Ejimako should be sacked. He cannot be defending what he don't know. It is not. He can't work. My lawyers met me. I told him everything. And when I was facing trial of capital charges, right? And he knew me because I told him about me. Even my IPO in state CID, he went to my village for an investigation and he came back and told me, he called me out. He said, I have taken reports of you. You have law. You have good records in your place. Your case will be solved. That is to say, people, I want you to understand what we are doing, because what we are doing is that we have endured, we have seen things that will lead us into criminality of different kinds, which before this very autopilot will come, IPOB would have started it earlier. We would have started this very crime earlier, as people thought. We can't start it now that we are winning the match with multiple goals, not in outside Nigeria, multiple goals in Nigerian courts. We must defend it. I cancel a match because goals I cancel here. Let us pray before we move to the topic. Imeleze udo, imeleze amara, imeleze mgbochie, Chineke ndị Biafra, Chineke IPOB, Chineke Ojukwu, Chineke ndị agha Ojukwu, nara ekele nara otuto, Chineke ndị IPOB, Chineke ESN, imeleze udo, imeleze amara, Chineke ala anyị a, imeela, ị na-emenụ ndị iro ihe itinye n'ala ndị iro n'iyi, imeleze udo, imeela maka ịhụnanya gị n'ebe anyị nọ, imeela maka nchedo gị, imeela, nara ekele nara otuto n'ihi na egbochi n'aha gị chi ukwu okike. Abia amara pụrụ ime ihe niile. We have prayed. He said, thank you.
Matter of sit at home started in 2021, August 2021, when the agitation group called IPOB insisted that they will go on a sit at home because of their leader held in prison in the DSS. 3 weeks later, when the effect of the criminal takeover of this started to manifest, this same IPOB came out and said that they are no longer supporting sit at home, that they will have stopped. Unfortunately, very unfortunately, the general had been removed from the bottom and all manners of criminal elements had taken over and used the sit at home to kill, to maim, to burn houses, to kill policemen and all manners of innocent people. When that continued, by December of 2021, and I need for everybody to know this, in company of former senator and our former deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu, 2 bishops, and the secretary of Ohanese, I went with them to meet with their leader, Nnamdi Kanu, in the DSS headquarters. And there, we pointedly asked him, why did you institute this menace that is crippling the Southeast? He denied and said that the person who is going ahead insisting that he's doing sit at home on his behalf is somebody called Simon Epa, living in Finland.
Not IPOB.
And he never authorized that. And that actually the person he said that ought to represent him is another person. And he called him.
Let us listen to the person that's supposed to represent Nnamdi Kanu.
Authorized that. And that actually the person he said that ought to represent him is another person. And he called the person's name Chike Edosian. We came back from that meeting in DSS, called a meeting of all the leaders of the Southeast and said, this is what Nnamdi Kanu said, that he is not part of this. Yet, every Monday,
listen.
What happens is this. A few missed
autopilot, listen.
And I use the word advisedly. Come out, shoot and kill one or two people and run away and video it and send across the whole of the Southeast, and everybody is now scared. The governors we met.
Do you understand? Now we move. Let us go to the key where IPOB leadership had been vindicated. You know, the starting point of these very criminals was that IPOB DOS collected money and suspended Monday sit at home. Then I begin to ask you, in all this saga, both from politicians, both from the autopilot lawyer, Aloye Jimako, and both IPOB, both Ifeanyi Ejiofor, both Ozokome, both every other people, both Ifeanyi Abaribe, both everybody, both the bishops, both the Soludo, in all their report, have it changed that Nnamdi Kanu suspended Monday statute? Have it changed? Have there been any change? And that is their starting point. DAS collected money. They compromised. They collected money. They suspended Monday statute. Monday statute that was suspension, that was not comfortable to DOS. Now, only one DOS allowed it to pass. 8th of August. Imagine how Ejimako and Kanunta is fighting that single one, because we have campaigned for it. It sunk in the life of our people. The US cannot just suspend it as they got the information. They have announced it on Radio Biafra. They did not deny. They said we got the information, but this very thing has sunk in the life of our people. And why they were allowed to get message was because we had visited a sit at home already. That's why those that visited our leader was allowed to visit him, because they refused to allow people to visit our leader until IPOB give Monday sit at home. That's when those that brought the information that Nnamdi Kanu has suspended it, that's when road was clear for them. There was no clear road for them already. It was the sit at home proposal or sit at home announcement that cleared the road for even the Nnamdi Kanu sibling to go and get the message that Nnamdi Kanu suspended Monday sit at home. If not for the Monday sit at home, our lawyers was not allowed to visit Nnamdi Kanu. The siblings was not allowed. Nobody was allowed to visit Nnamdi Kanu in DSS. And that's why the leadership of IPOB was worried. They ordered the Monday sit at home, not that it will end the whole year. If they achieve what they wanted to achieve, they can start suspend it. The Monday sit at home. But they said every Monday, they will further notice. That was the announcement. Which is to say, they might provide our leader or allow the lawyers to see Nnamdi Kanu or allow the siblings to see Nnamdi Kanu. Then DOS may say, okay, we have gotten message from Nnamdi Kanu. We are suspending Monday sit at home. They can do it. But do you know that these very people that went and got the message that Nnamdi Kanu suspended Monday sit at home, they forgot that the Monday sit at home opened way for them to even go and get the message, because they locked DSS locked door until IPOB leadership gathered and said, what shall we do? We don't get message from our leader. They don't allow lawyer. They don't allow anybody. Shall we continue to watch them? Let us do something, not to violence, but in a civilized manner. Let us call for Monday sit at home. That's starting day of their working day. Simple. So that they can allow us access to our leader. And that's when DSS allowed the visitor to see our leader. And that's when they got the message of suspension on Monday start home. Then I ask you, how do you try to blackmail IPOB as all of you tried in IPOB leadership in what they faced? Even as they allowed us, let the first Monday start home pass. You imagine what Ejimako went, they have been discussing with Kanu, and that's what they were telling our leader. That the whole trouble lies on the first Monday start home. But all of you ganged up against IPOB leadership for allowing, for suspending it totally. You said they collected money, but only the one that happened on the 8th of August. Because it had been fixed already. We know Biafrans. DOS cannot call it off like that, though they got the message. But that one they allowed, imagine how Ejimako is facilitating it. That one is the key. He wanted to shed away the criminal he gathered, gave them the name disciple. Ejimako told Simon to fix the name disciple. When this plan started, Ejimako was fixed. Ejimako is political agent. They plotted him among the legal team of Nnamdi Kanu. That's why he had been sacked from the legal team of Nnamdi Kanu. That's why you see him claiming is this personal lawyer, is it special barrister? He cannot go with Osokome, he cannot go there. He's a spy, federal government spy. Now the Ghana has sacked Ejimako from his legal team. That's why you see him jumping. I find suit of 20 billion. I thought that is rubbish. He cannot go for free Nnamdi Kanu. That's why at times he tried to divert the attention. He tell you, it's not only Supreme Court that will free Nnamdi Kanu, because he wants to fish to somewhere. He cannot be a lawyer in USA. He have cases in US, criminal cases. Then we move. When DOS suspended Monday start, before DOS suspended it, Kanu, you heard our leader wrote, he told his senior brother, not Kanu, he told Emmanuel Kanu, right, to message DOS. DOS did not down the message. They welcomed it. But they said, this information has seen in the life of our people, and they welcome it. Monday start home. Let them allow one to pass so that they will take the report to Nnamdi Kanu. Did you understand? And that's what DOS did. They allowed the first Monday sit at home to pass on the 8th of August 2021. Successful. No enforcement, no killing. And they sent the message to our leader the following week. Our leader continued and said suspend it. And that's when they came back and said, knowing that our leader knows what he's doing. After receiving their report of peaceful conduct of the sit-at-home Monday, and he insisted that it must be suspended, that is when the leadership knew that, yes, he knows what he's doing. He's not under duress, nobody is pushing him, he knows what he's doing. And what he was doing, and they came up and suspended it. If you are the leadership, I ask you, can you suspend that Monday sit-at-home earlier? I ask you. No. Now ask yourself, why is it that after they allowed the first one to cross, that the government agents, Nelly Ofebu, Nsima, Simon Ebrema, and their criminal gang, they started blackmailing IPOB leadership and said they collected money. We that tried to explain to them, they say we collected money. Now, in all the information coming, both Abaribe, both bishops that visited our leader, both IPOB leadership announcement, both Ifeanyi Ejiofor, both Alaye Ejimako they bought. Now, in all, who is now right? Have IPOB leadership not been vindicated? Monday start home. Have they not been vindicated that Nnamdi Kanu suspended it? Kanu did not present Nnamdi Kanu in his tweet. He said it was suspended because of NECO. That's what Simon Kanu wrote. He said Monday Saturn was suspended because of what is it called? NECO. And that was wrong. He was keeping Nnamdi Kanu aside. He wanted to hide the power of Nnamdi Kanu. He don't want Nnamdi Kanu to exercise his power. His power as the supreme leader. Kanu was shedding him away because IPOB leadership presented Nnamdi Kanu that our leaders suspended it. And that is the truth. And Kanu presented NECO And the Ejimakor did not take Neko to our leader and say, this is what your junior brother posted. And what Kanu posted is not in line with us. We cannot suspend our activity for freedom because of Neko or any exam. We cannot. We can only suspend any activity because of life. And our leader gave reason. He said the enemies will hijack it and they will start using it against our people. And life is most important in our own, in our place as a people. Do you understand? And that's why when DOS saw that our leader insisted, they suspended it. So that one of 16th, right? 16th, yes, was suspended. That's when the criminal took it and started blackmailing IPOB. IPOB leadership that was angry in them. But they have no option than to obey Nnamdi Kanu. They suspend them on this statute. You call them names, you call them evil, you blackmail them because they obeyed Nnamdi Kanu. IPOB leadership, their sin is that they obeyed Nnamdi Kanu and suspend them on this statute. They did not steal from anybody, they did not fight anybody, they did not do anything, just they suspend them on this statute, even as they allowed one to happen. Today, listen. Listen to the conspiracy of Ejimakor and the siblings. They have finally vindicated IPOB. They think they are punishing them, but they have vindicated them. Let us read. Ejimakor is running, but I must go there. He said, if you despise me because of the message I delivered on sit at home, please understand that it's not my choice. It's only those orders, and I am just the messenger to Simon Eba and Gina Samuel. And in your interview in Arise, you did not, when the Arise people was channeling you to whom the message went to, you refused. You were channeling it on an IPOB. You said there is no difference from Simon and the IPOB. But Allah Ejimakor, the message was given to you to give to Simon. That is to say, IPOB is not involved in criminality. IPOB Nnamdi Kanu gave the message to separate us from the criminality. But in your interview, which you did not inform Nnamdi Kanu before you go, because you cannot go and talk about us when he is not informed. You cannot, because you don't know about us. You didn't even let IPOB leadership know. Ejiofor, as IPOB lead counsel, in any interview, he lets IPOB know. He lets us know. He invites us to come and listen because he's our lawyer. Allah Ejimakor, did you inform leadership that you are going to talk about IPOB on Arise? The answer is no. Then we continue. What that was written on the letter, did you go direct on it, or you were shedding your criminal gang, Simon Eberima? You know, you are a criminal lawyer. You are the one who posted that terrorists does not have lawyer. You know Simon is a terrorist. And you said you go to Enugu to represent him. To represent Simon in Enugu, meeting with the governors. And you know he's a criminal. And the terrorist does not have lawyer. You said it on your tweet. Or do you think we have forgotten? Now let me go to the message that vindicates IPOB leadership. I don't want to continue in Ejimakor's tweet. Let me go on the picture you put there. Now you see where IPOB leadership have finally been vindicated again. Because our leader has been sending message through Ejiofor, through many of them. He sent to Ejimakor. Ejimakor hide it with Kanu. Because it is in their advantage. If the message is delivered, they will not have chance to be collecting money from eating our money with you know, using the name of international case. International case. You know, Ejimakor is the facilitator of all this international case, fake news, all this rubbish. They don't achieve anything in their international. What Bruce what is it called? Bruce Fed achieved. 75% was written by Aloefa Ejiofor. What he achieved in UN was written. Every information needed, 75% came from IPOB lead counsel, Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, right? That UN really, not Ejimako. Ejimako is a messenger. Anything coming out from the international case, they will give him message. But him and the Kanu, they now use it as an avenue of enrichment. To the extent that Kanu went to court, he said it's Nnamdi Kanu junior brother. How can in issue of Nnamdi Kanu you single out yourself as somebody going for his case? Because you want to, you have dubious mind. You know it will not have any effect. A singular. It does not even use the name of family. Not even. The wife is not even involved. Nobody. Just Nnamdi Kanu younger brother in UK only to make name. Who told you that anybody cannot go to court? Anybody can go to court. But what are you going to achieve with the name of Nnamdi Kanu younger brother? No IPOB involved. In this case of freedom, in the home of those that are keeping us here, Britain, you go to the case of Nnamdi Kanu with the name of younger brother, without the name of a people. You English back. And Ejimako have been facilitating all these things. All this rubbish. Then I read. Those who may not understand the genesis of the seat at home, this is what Ejimako presented as what our leader said. No problem. That's what our leader said. But let us read. Should refer to my younger brother. That's what Nnamdi Kanu said. Right? Then, that's our leader. To my younger brothers, press release. Listen, to my younger brother's press statement on the eve of the commencement of the original order issued by the IPOB family. Now, whose press release? Kanu Takan press release. Now you ask yourself, did Ejimako actually took the press release of Kanu Takan to Mazi Maduabuchi? Did Ejimako tell our leader that Kanu Takan said that the Monday statute is suspended because of NECO, that their children are going for exam, NECO exam? Ejimako, did you present so? You didn't. Right? Is that not the press release? Did you present that our leader that his name was avoided on the press release, that it was NECO that occupied the place, but IPOB suspension of the Monday statute, the name of Nnamdi Kanu occupied it, that our leader suspended it? Ejimako, did you differentiate it? The answer is no. Then we continue. From our leader, we continue. We continue. Now, my brother made it clear to the DOS that I was against the order for people to stay at home under whatever guise. This caused a rift between my siblings and DOS till death. Now, I draw the attention of those that call IPOB leadership betrayers. Can you now go on yourself? Or, no, don't apologize to anybody. Go on yourself. Go privately and say to yourself, I am a fool. What are they arguing now? Only one seat at home that IPOB leadership allowed. But you call them names that they collected money. Now you see what they are facing. Do you understand that our leader gave message and suspended Monday statute, and IPOB leadership, when they explained, they said yes. We received the message, we accepted it, but the first one have been, that is, the campaign have gone inside people. We want one to happen first, that first one. Then we take the message to our leader, how it happened, and the sit at home order of Monday was fixed because DSS refused the lawyers, both the siblings, from seeing Nnamdi Kanu. Now, Ejimako did not tell our leader that it is because of the sit at home that IPOB have announced that created way for them to go to DSS and receive the message of the suspension of Monday statute, because before then, the lawyers was not allowed to see him. The family members was not allowed to see him. You know, the way the Ejimako channel issue is what our leader will make statement on. According to the report they gave to him, he's not here. Do you understand the narrative? Now, I draw your attention to how the road was opened for them and to go and get the information of the suspension of Monday statute. It came because Monday statute was fixed. That's why Nigerian government panicked and opened the way for our people, for lawyers and the siblings to see our leader. If not for the Monday statute, will you see him? No. That first one. And the second one, DOS have suspended it. It didn't happen again. But look at where they are dragging it. They said that first one is the problem. How? Because Ejimako presented it. Ejimako did not present it normally. Ejimako is the chief instigator, as I told you. Ejimako is the chief damager. Because Kanu have used him. When Ejimako does not know that we have head of the Directorate of State, that is when we knew that he cannot represent IPOB without honoring our elder brother in the family. He cannot. Because when he comes to our house, Chike Desemo will tell us to give him seat. If he tells us not to give him chair to sit, we cannot give him seat. And the Ejimako does not know about this, that in the house, an elder brother must be honored. Because Kanunta convinced him, right? And he tried to drive that place, thinking that he threw him by saying Onyendu say, they will take power away from IPOB leadership. Earlier you saw them saying, Onyendu say, when it's Ejimako post, you see Emmanuel Kanu post, you see Kanuta post. They were trying to set confusion. And if you are in the leadership like IPOB, you cannot accept such thing. This one will say this one. And the message from our leader to IPOB does not come in the open. And your duty is to send the message. You don't go again on the message. And our leader said, I will punish those that disobey it. That's what he told us. But you are the one who is even trying to do as if you are our leader. Now, what Kanu posted on his tweet has nothing to do with IPOB as suspension of Monday statute. No. He said, due to NECO. So IPOB suspended it. We can never suspend something because of a day exam. They can shift the exam. We suspended it because Nnamdi gave the order. And these are the difference between the press release of sibling and IPOB, because we can never take the glory of our leader. But to Kanunta kept the, go and get the tweet. You can't see, you only say, IPOB formally suspended it. With what reason? With the NECO. Yeah, he said. Then we move. Now we see that DOS have been vindicated. That Nnamdi suspended Monday statute. So you that go and form autopilot because DOS obeyed Nnamdi, you say that you were forcing at home, you kill people. But they came up with it without killings. And it was suspended. Now you started saying, we collected money, need political solution, need this, need that, need solution. I ask you, you and them, who is now right? In all the information you are getting, have you ever seen anybody that said DOS lied? Those that came from our leader. Yes, you said they did not obey the first one. Yes, they are human beings. Our leader was not allowed to be seen then. And they have then told our leader that this sit-at-home made the road to open for them to see him. That first one, IPOB allowed. They didn't. They went there and said, no, they did not obey. That's what the Ejimako told our leader. No, they did not obey. They allowed it to happen. Because Kanunta told him to say so. Did Ejimako present the Monday statute, the first one, very right? No, Ejimako didn't. He presented it that, hey, the DOS did not obey. He did not even present that DOS sit-at-home was successful as DOS sent the message. He didn't. He was there prosecuting them as Kanunta told him. Now, you that called IPOB leadership that they collected bribe. Let us read to the dam. Alloy should use the above contributions to form the main body of the press statement. I want our people to know how this whole sit at home brouhaha started. Had DOS obeyed, listen, from Nnamdi Kanu, had DOS obeyed my direct instructions to cancel the first Monday sit at home. Right? Opportunists. Now, look at where Ejimako is being prosecuted. Now, against his interview, let me play it. But I will read it first. What did I say? Opportunists, scavengers would not have jumped on the hand wagon to wreak havoc on our people. Now, do you see how our leader kept separating the criminals from IPOB? But Ejimako went to arrest. He was not able to separate them. Do you see what our leader said? He said, that's when the criminal came up. That is to say, IPOB cannot do criminality. Do you understand? But was Ejimako able to separate it? That's it. In our eyes. Now, have IPOB not been vindicated? Let us go to Ejimako. Let me go to Ejimako.
Matter of sit at home.
No, this one is available.
Thank you. Right, let's get something. Thank you. Right, let's get something really strange here. We need some clarity for the purpose of the video. Okay, those enforcing the sit-at-home order till now, who are they loyal to? Who are they answerable to? Are they answerable to Nnamdi Kanu or answerable to EPA?
Well, I'll speak on what I know as of counsel. That might be limited knowledge. That might be all you need to know, and our viewers tonight. Mazi Maduabuchi is the supreme leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. There are no two supreme leaders, and at this moment, there's no deputy leader. They have other leaders lower down the hierarchy of supreme leader and deputy leader. So standing on that, anybody that acts in the name of IPOB, whether the person acted for good or bad or for the ugly, is often attributed to the head of the organization, and the fish runs from the head. So Nnamdi Kanu is very concerned about this.
Do you understand? Now, let us go again.
Thank you.
Right.
Not this one.
If not all, most of the followers of Mazi Maduabuchi, there's no demarcation. When he says that he's a disciple of Mazi Maduabuchi, it is to be expected that he should also fall in line when Mazi Maduabuchi instructs him to do one or two things, such as this one right now.
Now,
Is he
now, I think you have had it. No different. Now, let us go to that write-up from Nnamdi Kanu. Ejimako is making, just in an interview in arrest. Let us go to Nnamdi Kanu again and see if there is any demarcation. Because he said there is no demarcation. Let us go to Nnamdi Kanu and see if there is a demarcation. Listen, look at it now. What our leader wrote. Through Ejimako, we brought it. I want our people to know how this whole sit-at-home brouhaha started. Had the DOS obeyed my direct instruction to cancel the first Monday sit at home? Ejimako, listen to them. Listen to our leader down. Look at the people now. I want to call them opportunists. Opportunists, scavengers. They are not IPOB. But you said there is no difference. If they are the same, our leader will not say that. He will not say that opportunists, scavengers. He would have said IPOB would have not been destroying or something. But you know that IPOB is not destroying. He said people came in, opportunists, scavengers. But in your interview, you said there is no difference. But even from the letter you brought to us, Aloy Ejimako, through your tweet, from this letter you brought to us, our leader said opportunists and scavengers, and Abaribe said they hijacked it. They started using it to kill our people. Now, in your own, when they ask you who have been those enforcing statute, who are they loyal to, you said it is not different. You know, if they ask you now, you say you are trying to protect Nnamdi Kanu position, that you are trying to tell them that Simon is not a leader. It is a lie. You did not make a clear statement. They are talking about criminality. Did you not hear when the man said, when they laugh, because you have fallen in the trap of the federal government, saying that there is no difference. And the presenter laughed. Did you not hear when they laughed? You know you are a lawyer. He laughed because you have fallen in. He said there is no difference. But our leader said scavengers. He cannot call IPOB scavengers. He said those that came in and took over that criminal sit-at-home enforcement. Right? And our leader, through our leader said he did not authorize such person. Do you understand that the person said? They said he said he's doing it, but he did not authorize it. But Ejimako, who says he's a lawyer, cannot differentiate this. That's why he was sacked from the council. That is defense team Nnamdi Kanu in his case, led by Osokome. He was sacked. He cannot go there. That's why Kanu was furious. They have no secret about the case, no information, nothing. That's why he said they are sacked. Osokome is sacked. Ejiofor is sacked. Because immediately, Aloy Ejimako was sacked by Nnamdi Kanu from his legal team. That's why he's answering, is it special counsel? Keda Hatibugi. And we team Iji. It's also a special counsel. In a high full lawyer, may go the Kogan. Since Kanu Taji Bawara, I sack I sack a Jaffa. Ejimako, he was our leader saying the Kanu ta sacked. Jono, our leader was able to Kanu ta sack Yozoko. Na Twitter. Paparia. He na be called DLS, he na lawyer or lawyer DOS. How we defend the Kanu? Whoever sagging a leadership, a multi-IPOB ship. Common IPOB, Ejimako cannot talk about IPOB. Or man IPOB. But if we want to go back IPOB, it's a normal. Oma law or based in America. Only the case or the boss. On my home. Okay, or the free move from IPOB member. I'm a make a job for no. Now it's a good. I'm a coming here now. Mama Biafra and those are release. Ejimako or the go soon to 5 IPOB. IPOB doing anga. About special counsel. According speciality, no free IPOB family members. Every time special counsel, oh, when you go to IPOB is free in anga. Iya nile do nanga. It's like in Ayama. Oh, then do say. I understand. My client. You know, say the confusion. I na so like name freedom fighter. We pray on. In I name. Emanya you take oath. You go freedom fighter him and all law. It's your wife will be take your oath. If you are doing your boy I name. And I am in a school and I am in a law. I am in a wait for all my young pass IPOB. He's not IPOB member, but all my own down, all my own defend. In whose statement, a man on my completely. Actually, interview, Basalaniwan, age make age of fame make I matter. Age of fame make a leadership matter. Age of fame make Nnamdi Kanu matter. But after Ejimako, our leader forced Ejimako to expose himself. On the message he had been sending to him and the Kanu, what they will bring to us is only they said, family money, only they said, Abraham in Germany, only they said, Italy is don't touch, only they said, UK, nobody should enter UK, only they said. That's the memo they will be bringing. That's the memo. But only they say, see someone ever in Finland, I've never seen the memo. They cannot bring it. Or to bring Abraham Onyoshi. Kahasonian said. Where Onyoshi na Germany. The main national coordinator. And they said, give slots to the man. And they said, give every report to Mako criminality. I have with the information slot. Your first in the labor bedi, how I young land bedi. How many are the hand that way? Here we do to one no Obama. I went back and no Obama, no teacher. Oh, it's my common no Obama. Obama, I had the government the other one. Before 11 Avenue, federal government had that 5 lawsuit. But I been a court to now another thing. Here came my colleague made it canceling Nnamdi Kanu. I call the man, let that in Nnamdi Kanu. Abachankata. Yahweh Malami. Before issue to court on actually even before in a matter, Malami have file I'll go before 4:30 because it's my the information. He also come a plan email. But at the court, India will tell you suit to their file law. Why don't my con the main assist? In another thing again, since I will be the legal team on the car. In another way, you know, see with those. Oh, they say, oh, they approve radio. Oh, they approve. Oh, it's my con because Simon Haboptra. A bank culture in a book. And they allow Simon to radio Biafra. It's my con in a book na radio Biafra every day. And that's about Kokarisi could take over a lead council. About Hablan, Makano Takane go on radio every day. Program Simon Eba, you come and say something. It's Kanu Tak, oh, they should plan, right? That's how they planned it. So that radio destroyed them. Hajina and also were exposed. Today, IPOB leadership have been vindicated that what they said is truth. People should love them more and more. They told us, yes, we received the information that he had been suspended Monday at home by Nnamdi Kanu. But we allowed that first one to pass. Then we took the report to him and said it was successful. And the reason why we called for Monday at home was because the DSS did not allow our lawyers to see our leader. They did not allow the family member to see our leader. And we are worried. And we cannot stay like that without knowing if our leader is alive or dead. And that's why we fix for Monday Statum. And we allow the first one, even on the process for the first one to hold, they were allowed to go and see our leader. On the process, in that week that will give birth to the Monday, that week they announced it. It was when they allowed the lawyers to see Nnamdi Kanu. And that's when the siblings was messaged by our leader to suspend it. That's when they took it to him. About Monday Statum, and he suspended it. If not for the Monday Statum announced by IPOB leadership, they will not see our leader that week. Because DSS does not want anybody to visit our leader. But the Ejimako did not present it because they have dubious mind. And we will keep exposing them. Now, have you known that IPOB leadership are truthful people? They told us, yes, we can control the Statum. Under our control, under our command. We know how to control it. We know when to stop. We know when to continue. If we achieve what we aim to do with it, there is no need of continuing. We have to stop. But our leader says stop. But when it was suspended by the leadership, What did the criminals do? They said they collected money. Now, have they not been vindicated? From the report from Abanibe, from the report from Ejiofor, from the report from even Ejimako, from the report from Osokome, from the report from both Ike where he was here. Report from, what is it called? Governor Soludo, is that our leader suspended Monday sit at home. Why did you continue in blackmail? Why are you evil? You say they collected money and suspended Monday sit at home. Why have you not gone after this information? Why can't you go and apologize to them? Do you know how many years it lasted? 2 years. And now all these things are coming up. That our leader suspended it. They are now bringing writing. But you said they collected money. Madam Eriwa, you said they collected money. They collected the money and they suspended it. They called me for a meeting. I said I will not go. I will not be in the meeting. No, I will not be in the meeting because they have collected bribe to suspend Monday sit at home. Ariwa is always Ariwa. In our local information, don't you hear all this information? In our Ariwa. There is an opportunity with our effort na Radio Biafra. Una jabere timbu. Onye nyere chance ya bia gboku na Radio Biafra. Ma mu say our leader you claim no we voice. Voice again. On the matter nyere ga allow na program bia gboku. E wo anchor. Anyway, onye nyere allow to akuche before the button call Dr. Kado. Button call no show us not Dr. Kado. Ndoshi. Uche before button. Have you seen the letter from our leader that is suspended Monday sit at home? Anyone, you said you collected money. It's a Madam Eriwa. Why have you not gone to apologize? And they collected bribe. I knew they collected bribe. You gave the first message that set confusion on social media. You, Eriwa. You, Madam Eriwa, can say is Eriwa, or is it Mrs. Eriwa? Okunu, take it about to Noko. None of you on the way to the Shimbaka. Ndos only name Madam Oyibo, Hanine, or brain smoke. He went to Shimbaka. All of you run mad. I never, Yanaga Faf, or Kwezio, I never send the Gideon to know Nina Lapota. You must rise and fall. This is the truth. Anyone, did Nnamdi Kanu suspend Monday sit at home or not? He suspended it. Then, can you go and apologize to IPOB leadership? Those that accuse them, in all the report, have it not proved them right? Have they not been vindicated that they did not take bribe? The first one, they allowed it to happen. They are even prosecuting them because of it. Did you not see it, Marco, prosecuting them in the face, in the hand of our leader? That our leader lies on it and said, it is the first one that caused it. But they did not tell our leader that it was that announcement only that created road for them to come and visit him, talk more of him messaging them. Because there was no chance for him to message them. And there was no information about sit at home to him then. Because nobody was visited our leader. It was when the sit at home was announced. That very week was when they allowed them to visit our leader. And that's when the message came from them. If not for the announcement, will you visit him? Talk about of suspension? The answer is no. Lawyers cannot visit him then. They were blocking them. When they expected us to go violence, IPOB called for sit at home Monday. They held him they tried to hold him incommunicado and see if we can go violence because they already sent army here. Right? The next one they had from IPOB leadership was civility. Sit at home. Mondays. They were worried. They gathered in Abuja. They gathered in Asoro. They had their meeting. They know that this one is dangerous. They said, okay, allow the lawyers to see him. That's when DSS allowed them. Both the siblings, both to Parrot to autopilot lawyer. One no one ma. A lawyer Jimako. On bank had to visit our leader. Mbaka can't visit our leader because of the order of IPOB leadership. Today, they went to our leader. Even as they went in, the same announcement that created road for them to go in, the same announcement, they presented it wrongly to our leader. They presented it wrongly. Today, they have worked with criminals, they have run out of plan, they could not be able to destroy IPOB, They could not be able to hijack Radio Biafra. They have rushed and they told Ejimako, disturb them, disturb our leader. Tell him that they are no longer talking about you on Radio Biafra. They are no longer, the media warriors are no longer talking about it. They are not campaigning for your freedom. You know, a privilege for us. Oh, I don't know. The man they probably told it that direct to Nega Kagada Eba. Inyan Subu too much, Inyan Subu too much. Ever get me. I'm an in them, I'm saying on him. A second long is to look out. Ever way hatred. Emechaheli yozi IPOBs, yozi ema powerful means in a walk. Because someone in a walk, what I was saying IPOBs, you would have stopped messaging the leadership. You would have stopped messaging tonight. You would have stopped messaging chicken. You would have stopped messaging what is it called? It's my content information. You completely. Also, interview Basaraniwa, Ejmake make Ejofe make I matter. Ejofe make a leadership matter. Ejofe make a Nnamdi Kanu matter. But after Ejimako, our leader forced Ejimako to expose himself. On the message he had been sending to him and the Kanunta, what they will bring to us is, Only said, family money, Only said, Abraham in Germany, Nnamdi said, Italy is don't touch. Nnamdi said, UK, nobody should enter UK. Nnamdi said, that's the memo they will be bringing. That's the memo. But Nnamdi said, see someone ever in Finland, I've never seen the memo. They cannot bring it. Or to bring Abraham Onyoshi. That's what Nnamdi said. Or where? Onyoshi na Germany. The main national coordinator. Nnamdi said, give slot to Iberima. Nnamdi said, give every report to Ejimako criminality. I have with the information slot. Ejiofa in the labor bed, you are land bed. How about the hand that way? Heavy to one no Obama. I don't know back no Obama, no teacher. Why is my common no Obama? Obama, I had the government here. Before 11 Avenue, federal government had that 5 lawsuit. But I got a court to now another thing. Here came my colleague made it canceling Nnamdi Kanu. I call the man, let at him Nnamdi Kanu. Abachankata, Yahweh Malami. Before issue to court on actually even before in a matter. But I may be a file, I'll go before 4:30 because it's my content information. He also go be a plan email. But I got India will tell you suit to be a file law. Why don't my content make assist? In another thing again, since I will be the legal team on the camp. In another you know, see with those. Nnamdi said, Nnamdi approve radio. Nnamdi approve. It's my corner because Simon Haboptra. Every culture in a book. And they allow Simon to Radio Biafra. It's my corner in a book na Radio Biafra every day. And that's every culture is to take over a lead council. Every plan, Makano Takane book na radio every day. Program Simon Eba, he will come and say something. It's Kanunta. Oh, this plan, right? That's how they planned it. So that radio destroyed them. Hachina and Milton were exposed. Today, IPOB leadership have been vindicated that what they said is truth. People should love them more and more. They told us, yes, we received the information that he had been suspended Monday at home by Nnamdi Kanu. But we allowed that first one to pass. Then we took the report to him and said it was successful. And the reason why we called for Monday Statum was because the DSS did not allow our lawyers to see our leader. They did not allow the family member to see our leader. And we are worried. And we cannot stay like that without knowing if our leader is alive or dead. And that's why we fixed for Monday Statum. And we allow the first one, even on the process for the first one to hold, they were allowed to go and see our leader. On the process, in that week that will give birth to the Monday, that week they announced it. It was when they allowed the lawyers to see Nnamdi Kanu. And that's when the siblings was messaged by our leader to suspend it. That's when they took it to him about Monday sit-at-home, and they suspended it. If not for the that Monday sit-at-home announced by IPOB leadership, they will not see our leader that week. Because DSS does not want anybody to visit our leader. But the Ejimako did not present it because they have dubious mind. And we will keep exposing them. Now, have you known that IPOB leadership are truthful people? They told us, yes, we can control the sit-at-home under our control, under our command. We know how to control it. We know when to stop. We know when to continue. If we achieve what we aim to do with it, there is no need of continuing. We have to stop. But our leader says stop. But when it was suspended by the leadership, what did the criminals do? They said they collected money. Now, have they not been vindicated? From the report from Abanibe, from the report from Ejiofor, from the report from even Ejimako, from the report from Ozokobe, from the report from both Ike where he was here, report from what is it called? Governor Soludo, is that our leader suspended Monday sit-at-home. Why did you continue in blackmail? Why are you evil? You say they collected money and suspended Monday sit-at-home. Why have you not gone after this information? Why can't you go and apologize to them? Do you know how many years it lasted? 2 years. And now all these things are coming up. That our leader suspended it. They are now bringing writing. But you said they collected money. Madam Eliwa, you said they collected money. They collected the money, they suspended it. They called me for a meeting. I said I will not go. I will not be in the meeting. No, I will not be in the meeting because they have collected bribe to suspend Monday sit-at-home. Ariwa is so Ariwa. In our information, don't you hear all this information? In our Ariwa, there is an opportunity with our effort. Na Radio Biafra. Una yabere timbu. Onye nyere chance ya bịa gwokwu na Radio Biafra. Ma ahụ sa our leader you claim one nwere voice. Voice again. On the matter nyere gị allow na program bịa gwokwu. Ewu anchor. Anyway, onye nyere allow otu aka uche before the kpọta nke ọwụ Dr. Kado kpọta nke onye oshi ọwa si na Dr. Kado ndị oshi uche before kpọtachara. Otu aka ma mmebe ha si kpọta nke nwaanyị oshi asị na eriwa. Have you seen the letter from our leader that is suspended Monday sit-at-home? Anyone, you said US collected money. It's a Madam Eriwa. Why have you not gone to apologize? And they collected bribe. I knew they collected bribe. You gave a false message that set confusion on social media. You, Eriwa, you Madam Eriwa, can say is Eriwa, or is it Mrs. Eriwa? Okunu, take it about you. Nne of Ebu on the water where the Shimbaka. Ndị ọzọ niile ma madam oyibo ma ndị a niile ha niile onwe brain ya stroke he weta n'isi mgbaka. All of you run mad. Anyị na ebe anyị anaghị afọ ọ bụ eziokwu anyị ga-edefend the gidi atụrụ niile adapụta. You must rise and fall. This is the truth. Anyone did Nnamdi Kanu suspend Monday sit-at-home or not? He suspended it. Then can you go and apologize to IPOB leadership? Those that accuse them, in all the report, have it not proved them right? Have they not been vindicated that they did not take bribe? The first one, they allowed it to happen. They are even prosecuting them because of it. Did you not see it, Marco, prosecuting them in the face, in the hand of our leader? That our leader lies on it and said, it is the first one that caused it. But they did not tell our leader that it was that announcement only that created road for them to come and visit him, talk more of him messaging them, because there was no chance for him to message them, and there was no information about sit-at-home to him then, because nobody was visited our leader. It was when the sit-at-home was announced that very week was when they allowed them to visit our leader, and that's when the message came from them. If not for the announcement, will you visit him, talk more of suspension? The answer is no. Lawyers cannot visit him then. They were blocking them. When they expected us to go violence, IPOB called for sit-at-home Monday. They held him income. They try to head him incommunicado and see if we can go violent because they already sent army here. Right? The next one they had from IPOB leadership was civility. Sit at home. Mondays. They were worried. They gathered in Abuja. They gathered in Asoro. They had their meeting. They know that this one is dangerous. They said, okay, allow the lawyers to see him. That's when DSS allowed them. Both the siblings, both to Parrot to autopilot lawyer. One to know one man. I know Ejimako. On bank had to visit our leader. Mbaka can a man can visit our leader because of the order of IPOB leadership. Today, they went to our leader. Even as they went in, the same announcement that created road for them to go in, the same announcement, they presented it wrongly to our leader. They presented it wrongly. Today, they have worked with criminals. They have run out of plan. They could not be able to destroy IPOB. They could not be able to hijack Radio Biafra. They have rushed and they told Ejimako, disturb them, disturb our leader. Tell him that they are no longer talking about you on Radio Biafra. They are no longer, the media warriors are no longer talking about it. They are not campaigning for your freedom. You know, a privilege for us. Inye nsogbu too much, ya gwa gị gaa mewe. Ọ nwere ihe ị na-eme agbasa ihe ọ na-eme. Esetụlụ ọ ga-esusuru gawa. Ebe ọ wee ihe chọrọ. Emecha ihe niile yozi IPOB ozi. Yozi ịma powerful ozi. Minsiri ihe anyị na-eme wọkụ. Because ọ nwere ihe na-eme wọkụ. Ọ ga-akwụsịrị isi IPOB ozi. You would have stopped messaging the leadership. You would have stopped messaging Chinasa Wori. You would have stopped messaging Chike. You would have stopped messaging, what is it called? Imapuafu. You would have stopped messaging them. If all this thing you are saying is that our leader can shift from the structure he laid, it's impossible. Even as he said, I am Wagawano. That is the key. That is why some people know what is sense behind them. How can I call you? Now I'm behind the defend. It's right that in mother here. Freedom of your hand, no blood, no layer. You will get home those of one man making a way by someone again, my Biafra. When you will get out of again. In our boss. Who says the lawyer cannot differentiate this? That's why he was sacked from the council. So now that is defense team Nnamdi Kanu in his case, led by Yosokome. He was sacked. He cannot go there. That's why Kanu was furious. They have no secret about the case. No information, nothing. That's why he said they are sacked. Yosokome is sacked. Ejiofor is sacked. Because immediately, Aloy Ejimako was sacked by Nnamdi Kanu from his legal team. That's why he's answering, is it special counsel? Kenya had team. And we team it. So also do my special counsel. In that high full lawyer may go on the again. Since I am Kakano Taji Bawara, I sack Ejiofor. Ejimako, he was our leader saying the canon ta sacked. Jono, our leader was canon ta sack Yozoko. Na Twitter. Paparia. He na be call DSS, he na lawyer or lawyer DOS. How we defend the can, we have a second leadership, a multi-IPOB ship. Common core IPOB, Ejimako cannot talk about IPOB, or man IPOB. But if we are one IPOB, it's a normal, my law or based in America. Only the case, or the boss. Oh, my home. Okay, free move from IPOB member. I'm a young make it for no. Now, it's good. I'm a coming here now. Mama Biafra, and those are release. Ejimako or the go through your 5 POB. IPOB doing anga about special counsel. Already speciality and no free IPOB family members. Every time special counsel I say. Oh, when you go to IPOB is free in anga. Iya nile do nanga. It's like in oh, then do say. I understand. My client. ị na-ese the confusion ihe na-amaghị ihe na-anaghị azụ ihe na-azụ ụlọ ị na-eme freedom fighting wepụrụ anyị ọnụ ihe anyị na-eme ịmaghị anya ya ịmaghị anya ị ga-abịa take oath egoro freedom fighting ihe mere ọlọ ịchịwa IPOB bịa take ya oath bịa ya edo oge anya gwa ihe anyị na-eme anaghị eme ya na skuul anaghị eme ya na lọ ọ ya mere iwu eji ọfọ ọma ihe gbasara IPOB is not IPOB member but ọma ihe okolu da ọma ihe ọ na-edefend ihu statement ya ịmara na ọma ihe completely ọ chọrọ ịga interview gbasara anyị nwa ejimaka eme ka eji ofe eme ka anyị mata eji ofe eme ka leadership mata eji ofe eme ka Nnamdi Kanu mata but after ejimako our leader forced Ejimako to expose himself on the message he had been sending to him and the Kanu. What they will bring to us is only they said family money, only they said Abraham in Germany, only they said Italy is don't touch, only they said UK, nobody should enter UK, only they said that's the memo they will be bringing. That's the memo. But only to say, see someone ever in Finland, I've never seen the memo. They cannot bring it. Or to bring Abraham Onyoshi. That's only to say. Or where? Onyoshi na Germany. The main national coordinator. And they said, give slots to Iberima. And they said, give every report to Ejimako criminality. I have with the information slot. Ejiofa si na-eleba bede ihe ọwa osu ihe ọwa ala ndị bede ha gwala ya ndị ha nara agba ya ha ebido tue nwa nnụnụ ọgba ama ọ na-agwaghị maka nnụnụ ọgba ama nnọ n'etiti ha ọ Ejimaka nnụnụ nwa ọgba ama akpacha ihe a ga-eme gọọmenti ya ga-agwa ya before 11 abalị federal gọọmenti aga file lawsuit mgbe ọ ga-abịa na kọtụ n'ahụ anadatin ihe ka Ejimaka na-eme kansụl Nnamdi Kanu anya ka ọ na-eme ha legal team Nnamdi Kanu akpacha nkata ya gwa ya malami before isi ụtụtụ kọtụ na-achọrọ even before ị na-amata malami abịa faịlụ akwụkwọ ebe 4:30 ụtụtụ 4:30 because Ejimaka nyere information ihe osoko mee plan ime mgbe a ga-abịa kọtụ ndị a weta new suit bịa faịlụ why Ejimaka na-eme ihe asịs ị na-anụkwa datin again since I wepụrụ ya na legal team Nnamdi Kanu ị na-anụsịkwa ya ihe ọ nọzi na-eweta ozi onye ndị say onye ndị approve radio onye ndị approve ọ Ejimaka na-akọ ihe a because Simon ha kpọpụtara ebe a ka ọ chọrọ ị na-ekwu okwu and they allow Simon Emerima to radio Biafra Ejimaka na ị na-ekwu okwu na radio Biafra every day and that's ebe a ka ọ kara isi ka o take over lead council ebe ka ha plan maka anụ ntakịrị ekwu okwu na redio everyday program Simon ebe he will come and say something ụmụ ka anụ nta o dechi plan ya that's how they planned it so that radio destroyed them ha ji na emeso were exposed today IPOB leadership have been vindicated that what they said is truth. People should love them more and more. They told us yes, we received the information that he had been suspended Monday at home by Nnamdi Kanu. But we allowed that first one to pass. Then we took the report to him and said it was successful. And the reason why we called for Monday at home was because the DSS did not allow our lawyers to see our leader. They did not allow the family member to see our leader. And we are worried. And we cannot stay like that without knowing if our leader is alive or dead. And that's why we fix for Monday at home. And we allow the first one, even on the process for the first one to hold, they were allowed to go and see our leader. On the process, in that week that will give birth to the Monday, that week they announced it. It was when they allowed the lawyers to see Nnamdi Kanu. And that's when the siblings was messaged by our leader to suspend it. That's when they took it to him about Monday Saturday, and they suspended it. If not for the Monday first, that Monday Saturday announced by IPOB leadership, they will not see our leader that week. Because DSS does not want anybody to visit our leader. But Ejimaka did not present it because they have dubious mind. And we will keep exposing them. Now, have you known that IPOB leadership are truthful people? They told us, yes, we can control the sit-at-home under our control, under our command. We know how to control it. We know when to stop. We know when to continue. If we achieve what we aim to do with it, there is no need of continuing. We have to stop. But our leader says stop. But when it was suspended by the leadership, what did the criminals do? They said they collected money. Now, have they not been vindicated? From the report from Abanibe, from the report from Ejiofor, from the report from even Ejimako, from the report from Osokome, from the report from both Ike where he was here, report from what is it called? Governor Soludo, is that our leader suspended Monday sit-at-home. Why did you continue in blackmail? Why are you evil? You say they collected money and suspended Monday sit-at-home. Why have you not gone after this information? Why can't you go and apologize to them? Do you know how many years it lasted? 2 years. And now all these things are coming up. That our leader suspended it. They are now bringing writing. But you said they collected money. Madam Eliwa, you said they collected money. They collected the money and they suspended it. They called me for a meeting. I said I will not go. I will not be in the meeting. No, I will not be in the meeting because they have collected bribe to suspend Monday sit-at-home. Ariwa is always Ariwa. In our local information, don't you hear all this information? In our Ariwa, there is an opportunity with our effort. Na Radio Biafra. Una jabere timbu. Onye nyere chance ya bịa gwokwu na Radio Biafra. Ma ahụ sị our leader you claim one nwere voice. Voice again. On the mmadụ nyere gị allow na program bịa gwuo okwu. Ewu ankara. Anyway, onye nyere allow otu aka uche before the kpọta nke ọwụ Dr. Kado kpọta nke onye osi ọwa si na Dr. Kado ndị osi uche before kpọtachara. Otu aka ma ebe ha si kpọta nke nwaanyị osi asị na eriwa. Have you seen the letter from our leader that is suspended Monday sit-at-home? Anyone, you said you collected money. It's a Madam Eriwa. Why have you not gone to apologize? And they collected bribe. I knew they collected bribe. You gave a false message that set confusion on social media. You, Eriwa, you, Madam Eriwa, can say is Eriwa, or is it Mrs. Eriwa? Okunu, take it about you, None of them on the water over the Shimbaka. Ndị ọzọ niile ma madam oyibo ma ndị a niile ha niile onwe nwere onwe brain ya stroke he wetara isi mgbaka. All of you run mad. Anyị na ebe anyị anaghị afọ ọ bụ eziokwu anyị ga-erite ndị gị out na niile adapụta. You must rise and fall. This is the truth. Anyone did Nnamdi Kanu suspend Monday sit-at-home or not? He suspended it. Then can you go and apologize to IPOB leadership? Those that accuse them, in all the report, have it not proved them right? Have they not been vindicated that they did not take bribe? The first one, they allowed it to happen. They are even prosecuting them because of it. Did you not see it, Marco, prosecuting them in the face, in the hand of our leader? That our leader lies on it and said, it is the first one that caused it. But they did not tell our leader that it was that announcement only that created road for them to come and visit him, talk more of him messaging them, because there was no chance for him to message them, and there was no information about sit-at-home to him then, because nobody was visited our leader. It was when the sit-at-home was announced that very week was when they allowed them to visit our leader, and that's when the message came from them. If not for the announcement, will you visit him, talk more of suspension? The answer is no. Lawyers cannot visit him then. They were blocking them. When they expected us to go violence, IPOB called for sit-at-home Monday. They held him they tried to hold him incommunicado and see if we can go violent because they already sent army here. Right? The next one they had from IPOB leadership was civility. Sit at home. Mondays. They were worried. They gathered in Abuja, they gathered in Asoro, they had their meeting, they know that this one is dangerous. They said, okay, allow the lawyers to see him. That's when DSS allowed them. Both the siblings, both to Parrot, both pilot to autopilot lawyer, one no one, a lawyer Jimako, on bank had to visit our leader. Mbaka can a man can visit our leader because of the order of IPOB leadership. Today, they went to our leader, even as they went in, the same announcement that created road for them to go in, the same announcement, they presented it wrongly to our leader. They presented it wrongly. Today, they have worked with criminals, they have run out of plan, they could not be able to destroy IPOB, they could not be able to hijack Radio Biafra, they have rushed and they told the Jimako, disturb them, disturb our leader. Tell him that they are no longer talking about you on Radio Biafra. They are no longer, the media warriors are no longer talking about it. They are not campaigning for your freedom. You know, a privilege for us. Oh, I'm on power. The man never will eat already, direct to Nega Kagada Eba. Inyansu too much, Yaga Gando. I'm an in a Mabasai Honem. A second long is to look out. Eba way hatred. Emetaheli use the IPOBs. You see my powerful. Means in a walk. Because someone in a walk. And I was in this IPOBs. You would have stopped messaging the leadership. You would have stopped messaging tonight. You would have stopped messaging Chicken. You would have stopped messaging what is it called? Emma Powerful. You would have stopped messaging them. If all this thing you are saying is that our leader can shift from the structure he laid, it's impossible. Even as he he said, I am Wagawano. That is the key. That is why some people know what sense behind them. Normally behind they defend. It's not here. Freedom of your noble allow there. You will get home knows of what Madame when Basamuna gave my Biafra. When you will get out again. In our bosom. But they will not look at the the man now under the agreement. Okay. I have to go get shift to your day. Because I'm a midday rally. I want to correct no another thing changing. Now I get basic command and control. If I get potentially came under command and control, go and wake them. Apologize to them. If you cannot wake them, those that die under command and control, she buy any poor. She buy any poor over command and control. Ever kaina muta, ever kaina dendo, ever kaina resource Biafra. For what I know, chain of command I maintain from unit to zone, zone to local government. If it is in abroad, zone to region, region to state, state to national, right? In Biafra land, zone, unit to zone, zone to local government to senatorial, senatorial to state, state to national, national to continental. That's how it works, and that is where we are. We never shifted. We didn't go and study Biafra. We don't know how it happens. All we know is the structure, what we laid. And since we have been fighting for Biafra, we have been getting it right because of the option we choose, self-determination. Nobody believes we can achieve it. That's why the UK government, through Nigeria, brought in infiltrator to be trying to force us into violence, to bring war in our land, to force us into defensive war, force us into premature war, which we have been avoiding. We do not avoid war, but we avoid premature war. IPOB does not avoid war. We only avoid premature war. Right? If it is war, we know it is included in freedom fighting. But you see premature war and the killings of our people in the name of doing something, we avoid it. And we can never patronize it, and we will never accept it, we will never allow it. There is no way you can treat us to allow it that you be killing my own, and you call it you are a hitman. It's a lie. You go and face the enemy. If all your strength is in our land, we will catch you because you have not confronted the enemy. Enemy have never feel the heat of your crime. It is only our people that feel the heat. Now, they will tell you, the government are complaining. Governor, they are not complaining for sit at home. They are complaining for your crime. And this will be my next topic. Government and some of these politicians are not concerned about sit at home. They are concerned about the criminality you are bringing in the name of sit at home. That is my next topic tomorrow. None of the governors have ever said that your sit at home is civility. No. They always complain about the crime, the killings, the snatching of cars, stealing, robbery, kidnapping that happens in the name of sit at home. That's what I believe they presented. Abaribe have never presented sit at home. He presented crimes. People should understand this, and I must differentiate it. You know, this has been their problem. Now, it is hurting them. They are complaining. It is a lie. They do not complain for sit at home. They complain for criminality. There is no community or anybody that accepts criminality. It doesn't matter the form you are carrying it on. You cannot carry it on because of Biafra. They say no, they will not talk. No, they will talk. It is criminality. If you talk, if you are keeping sit at home, as IPOB normal sit at home, you will hear them speak to the police. The commissioner of police will say, we tell our people, we are telling good citizens of Nigeria to go their normal businesses. These voices are not coming from commissioner of police. These voices are not coming from army chief. Right? When the army talks, you know that the army want to take over your land. What do the army want to play? They knew that our people have despised the army and the police, Nigerian security agencies. We hate them because of their crimes in our land. Now, the plan is, when someone ever set fire in our land, the army will come as rescue of our people. That is to say, to make them to hate IPOB and love the army again, army that have come to kill them. So the army will now present themselves as the people who come to save them, the people, as the forces that came to save them from the hand of IPOB. That's the presentation. That is the narrative that we are trying to push it. Instead of our people that hate army, right, to be angry to see army, they will now be happy. They say they don't want, the army will now try to be good to them so that they will hate IPOB and hate ESN. That's what they played. But we are here. Commissioner of Police of the states, they always give press release against IPOB sit at home. Two of us. Why are you not following what we are doing? In all the things you are hearing about sit at home, have you ever had a good thing? That someone ever sit at home? No, you will hear about crime. What people are complaining is crime. It is not the civility. There is no civility there. Sit at home is civility. Nobody have ever cried over the sit at home. No, they cried over the crime. Nobody have ever stayed at home because of the other. No, they stay at home because of the crime. You may kill them, and those that are killing, people are destroying their shop. That's all. Nobody is accepted it. So that is criminality, and it must be condemned. And that is where I am bringing this very short program to an end. As I have just said it, I say I will come shortly. And I have come, and we have given it out. Tomorrow, this is that their useless brain. Complain. Why the haste in a baby ball and alcohol? Civility, sit at home, civility. Email sit at home, people like that, a man and the man may voluntarily. Governor now complain, no, IPOB are complain. You cannot see us complain. If our people are voluntarily sitting at home on Monday, we cannot. Who are we? Are we going to flog you at home? No. What do we condemn? We condemn evil. You don't kill our people. You say it's IPOB. You are shooting somebody, you say free Nnamdi Kanu. You are implicating Nnamdi Kanu. You are putting somebody in keke, fire. You say it's free Nnamdi Kanu. When you know Nnamdi Kanu is not in that keke. And the person is not aware of Nnamdi Kanu detention. The person is also a sympathizer to Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB. So you shoot the person. You say, I should pardon you, that you are doing something. You are a thief. And you must be dealt with by the land, the gods of the land, both the gods of the air, of this very place given to us. They will deal with you. So we have never been against sit at home. We are against the killings of our people. Enforcement. Sit at home is civility. Somebody can decide not to go to market today. No problem. But you see killing. So that, and you don't kill with your name. You kill with the name of IPOB and the Nnamdi Kanu. It is criminality. It is not acceptable because we don't live such life. Killing our own and you call it freedom. You want me to clap, to patronize it? No. No politician, both Rupit and Ba and all of them, none of them is complaining sit at home. They complain about crime. You commit crime, you kidnap Simon and his gang, they kidnap, they rob, they snatch car. Both car theft, they commit it. There is difference between car theft and car snatcher, right? You can also rob somebody's vehicle. It is a different charge. It is armed robbery. You can snatch car. It is different. Theft is different also, right? Different charges in court. So this is what you practice here. You say it's freedom. And our people are crying. You never take any battle to the government, rather on our people, right? Threatening, calling market chairmen, threatening them, you kill them if they open market. It is not civility. It is threat. It is terrorism. It is not acceptable. Our people must be carried along. That's what our leader said. Everybody must be carried along. Torture is not carried along. Treat is not carrying along. Carrying along is letting them know when they are supposed to know. They must not be involved in the struggle always, because you are the one fighting for the freedom. They do not discuss it with you. Therefore, you and your group will be fighting it. Then carrying our people along. Not everybody believes in what you need. Then how do you force all of them in what you are doing? It is not done. You have to evangelize to them. You have to convince them. Right? Some of them may be benefiting from the Nigerian. So you don't convince them. You come and show the person. You say, why did he come out? IPOB does not support the killings of our people. We came so that our people will be freed. We came so that our people will be saved. We came so that our land can be saved. We came so that our people can be protected. We did not come to hurt our people. We did not come to suffer our people. And we can never be attached to criminality, and we allow it. Even if you are killing all of us, we will keep dragging you. You cannot attach. I'm not a criminal, just like Ejimako. I will fight him on this media. I don't have gun. Nnamdi did not give us gun. He gave us microphone and big with the pen, with the paper. So the same weapon is what I will use. For somebody to come up and say that criminal that Nnamdi mentioned themselves, mentioned their names, right, and gave you letter to give to that person. He did not give you letter to give to IPOB, and he did not say copy this letter to IPOB. That is to say, IPOB is not involved in the crime. It is a separation letter. That letter was a separation letter. You know, you went to school. I didn't go. But that's a separation letter between criminals and IPOB. But Ejimako went to Arise to join it together. Even as the Arise presenters were pointing at Simon followers, he said there is no difference between them. But they keep saying, they ask him again, if someone and other followers did not obey. Ejimako now go back and say, it is left for IPOB followers to obey the order of their leader. He did not even hook on what they are saying. As they keep pointing for him, pointing at the criminal that the letter was given to, Ejimako was bringing it on IPOB, attaching IPOB to it. And I can never allow him to call me a thief, because for joining me with kidnappers, trying to join me with the kidnapper or join kidnapper to what we are doing, he want to blackmail us. Then Ejimako, we will confront you this media way. We will confront you. We don't treat. We don't do. You say someone is threatening you with you presented phone numbers. That is a small thing. Our own is truth. We threaten with the truth. This truth to him will make you. You are the one that will be threatening yourself. We don't even treat. This truth will make you be panicking. Thank you. We thank you, our people, for listening. Thank you for this very program. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for commenting. Facebook cannot allow me to see your comments. I will see it immediately after the broadcast. They will allow it. They can never allow any of your broadcasts to appear. And this is what we are facing. You can see no more picture of P2P. Obedience, Labour Party, they have run away. Then they have gotten that money of Labour. That very money from those that contracted them. They have now gone back now. No new profile. New profile. No P2P. Not that they remove even profile picture. They have left that account. They don't come to media again with it. They have been bought over again. They now come with new one. You need to be shouting. You are not supporting Statum. It's about Simon. It's about he did not say you are not supporting killing. It is when you say, are you not supporting killings by Simon Eba gang? That is when I know you are sensible. If you call it Statum, you are a fool. You ask me, are you not supporting the killings of our people by Simon? Then I know you are asking me a question. You cannot ask me, are you not supporting Sitatum? Sitatum that I evangelize for. Civility. IPOB Sitatum is civility. But if you see Simon Eba killings, we will never support it. Right? Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon from me. I remain the fearless IPOB evangelist Mazi Maduabuchi. From me, from here, it is good afternoon.